This is the Night Wolf, howling at you, and today we're going to take a look at the Loyal Subjects M.A.S.K high-tech helicopter, otherwise known as the Switchblade. Which, can I just say, as far as renaming goes, that is so freaking lame. Lame! I mean, come on, we know the reason why it's called the Switchblade, because the wings, the helicopter blades, blah blah blah, but it's also a weapon. What the hell do you think this thing is? Come on, grow up. Unless Switchblade is actually copywritten, this is one of the most ridiculous name changes. But let's take a look at this. On the front, some nice artwork again. This one actually shows the Switchblade actually launching a missile and its guns. That's kind of interesting because the other vehicles, I believe, have not. If we go ahead and we drop the box here, it just shows the helicopter to jet. Here we have pursuit planes, wings automatically snap into place. Sleek I just said that one. Sleek helicopter. Oh, for Christ's sake. Rotor spins automatically by pushing button. I'm not sure we understand the definition of automatically. Hold on. There we go. Look, you can fit a figure in there, and he's got a missile on there. And the missile blast effect. Is that everything? Did we get all the sides? Oh, we haven't looked at the back, have we? We have the canopy opens and closes. We have retractable rotor blades. We have Miles Mayhem with Viper masks. We have dual laser cannons. We have realistic cockpit details. Yeah, I bet. Powerful missile hidden under fuselage. Releases automatically. Landing skids have hidden energy bolt launchers. Blast effects. Missile effects. Thruster. Tail fin releases wings when raised. I know, I'm kind of being a dick at this point, but I've been a bit disappointed with the M.A.S.K vehicles overall. And the real question is, how many of the problems that other people have had will we have with this one? I feel like I got kind of lucky with the Rhino in that it didn't have as many problems as other people talked about, but let's see how this one goes. How do you open this box? Oh, there's not even any tape on this one. There was at some point, though. I think this box has actually been opened prior to me getting it. Here we have the nice... Like, this is the one thing that they've done pretty well, is creating these nice inserts for the vehicles and figures. That's something I will not complain about. I also did not realize that the blast effect missile was not actually attached to the missile that comes with. It's a whole separate missile. But hey, at least they look almost identical, right? Right? So we have our Miles Mayhem figure. He does look pretty good. Like, this has not been an issue with this series of toys. The figures have all looked really well done overall. It's just that the articulation is questionable because of the designs. But his head does spin all around. Arm goes out, arm goes down, arm spins. Same over here. No waist swivel. And again, there's a cut where you could have done the waist swivel with no problems. And in fact, to be perfectly honest here, looking at this, it almost looks like the torso is already in two parts anyway. So I'm not sure why they didn't do it. His crotch looks like he's wearing a thong backwards. Leg raises up. On the plus side, the holster details don't actually interfere with the leg going up. And actually, both legs go to the side about the same, making this one to be probably one of the better articulated ones. And of course, his ass gets in the way of his leg going backwards. We got the two versions of his mask, which is kind of interesting because the original mask has, you know, the whole thing filled in here. And then the secondary mask cuts out that black section. And that was supposed to avoid choking hazard, apparently, with this little bit there. So if a kid swallowed this, they could still breathe until it got pulled out. The mask goes on his head just fine, although it does feel like a tight fit. And it does kind of... I wonder if there's going to be an issue with that. But it does sit a little far forward, I guess you could say. So like the mask stuff isn't sitting against his torso. I'm trying to take a quick look inside here. It does not look like there is anything interfering with it. And I don't feel anything when I use the tweezers. Secondary mask. With his little venom effect shooting mist out of the front, it looks like. And my, how stupid that looks with the bottom of his face showing. So that takes care of our figure. We'll throw the instructions aside for now. We got our missiles, blast effects. And here we have our jet mode packed this way, clearly because it took up less room. Although, mind you, depending on how this works, the helicopter mode actually might have taken up even less room. But so, we got the blast effects are all out here. Oh, the blast effects. It looks like these ones are designed to go on there. Let's see will they fit on here. Nope. So they would have to go on these things, which of course, once you put them in there, they are pushed back into place. Oops. Dang it. Okay. So, one of the issues that I've heard people talk about is this right here, where the propeller blades don't want to sit down properly, which is kind of interesting because they were down fine in the package. There we go. All right, so I had to push those in and slide that over to get that into place. We haven't even done... And it pops back out again. So, let's go ahead and... Okay. I don't... Oh, there we go. Oh, for goodness sake. All right. Alrighty. Sorry, I just think I just bumped the camera. Alright, the missile's in place. This is set up. I don't know why they made a big deal about that blaster effect here on the back, or the thruster effect. Here is the helicopter mode for this vehicle. Oh, for... Alright. Propeller blade spins when you press this in. It is not an automatic function because you are physically forcing it to do this. Words matter. Alright. So this is the helicopter mode. It looks pretty good, honestly. Although, all the issues I've already had just trying to do stuff with it is pretty obnoxious. We're going to put Mr. Mayhem in there now. Oh, and by the way, while I'm talking about Miles Mayhem, Toy Ploy is collecting as many Miles Mayhem figures as he can get so he can do his Mile of Mayhem for the Guinness Book of World Records. So check out his channel, and if you've got some spares sitting around, feel free to help him out. I'm going to start looking at the toy show to see if I can find any in like some of the bins and so forth. Oh, god damn it. Now, I thought I had this in my collection. I do not. But I know I have played with it, and I do not remember having that many issues with the springs. So I understand why they made a big deal about the thrusters. I think that was a sticker previously. So let's go ahead and try... Oh my goodness. Let's try making this do the transformation sequence. We'll deal with this in a little bit. So we have to bring the blades together, close it. By the way, that's gotta be about the scariest things Miles Mayhem does, because the moment it gets like this before the wings come out, he's going to be in free fall. Now it's supposed to press down. Now remember, if we just press it down, it doesn't work, so we have to press it down and push it over to get it to go underneath this little hook here. Hold on a moment. You know, now that the box is gone, I can, you know, zoom it in. All right. Ay, Chihuahua. That didn't work very well at all. Hold on. We're trying to do this properly here. Okay. Push down. Kind of push it over. No, it's not working this time at all. God. Fine, we'll leave the wings out, though they're supposed to activate. Hold on. So, Kenner did this like 35 years ago. Can you explain to me how they keep effing these up? Perfected. Kenner perfected this whole process 3 decades ago. So let's hold that down. Now, it's supposed to be when you put this forward. Yeah. It shoots the wings forward, which then causes the wings to hit the little buttons that eject those things. You press the little buttons down here in order to bring those guns out. And then you manually flip that in there. There is a spring in there to help it move, apparently. Or a spring system. Just go out and buy the original one. If you need new stickers, use the stickers from this. So yeah, here's the jet version. We saw it when we first opened it too, by the way. So you might recall. And yeah, this piece of crap here does not stay down the way it's supposed to. Oh my God. Now let's go ahead. This missile is hooked up by there. Boom, we can drop it that way. There's a little hole in there, and this would be for the effect. So now the jet has an erection, red rocket, almost literally. And that's how it looks. So the quality control issues on this one are massive, in my opinion. Because none of these things hold in place the way they're supposed to. You know, just giving us the thrusters here without being a sticker is not a good thing. Speaking of which, I guess we should probably put the stickers on. I guess. Try to face this the same way it faces in the thing. So we got our wing sticker here. Oh, this already looks like it's going to be a pain in the ass. My hands are more shaky than usual, I think. That is way the off. Maybe what I need to do is put it in that corner there. There we go. That worked out a little bit better. I will say this, at least they have the grooves in here. Since they apparently I can't use the name Venom, we just have our little snake sticker. Guess it's a good thing that Cobra is owned by Hasbro too, huh? I will say this, at least the stickers on this one seem to be better size than the ones on the Rhino were. Although just because we can do it on one side doesn't mean we can do it on the other side too. Shit. You know what? Loyal Subjects should have given us 2 sets of stickers. Just saying. Because these things are a pain in the ass to get on. There was a comment on one of my videos saying that Hasbro should just drop Loyal Subjects and give the M.A.S.K license over to Ramen Toys for high-end versions. And I have to agree with that comment. Oh, I hate these stickers so much. Theoretically, these should be fairly simple to put in here, but god dang, they are difficult as hell. Apparently, you can't cancel orders with the Loyal Subjects website. Otherwise, I think I would be canceling my 40th anniversary gold and black ones right now because I'm really hating these things. The thing is, the gold and the black ones look really awesome. I gotta take Miles out of here. I don't know. Again, why? Why are we? Why not just make it look the same rather than use a sticker there? In case anybody's wondering, this is just a metal nail file. I believe I bought it at Dollar Tree. It works pretty well helping to get them in there, aside from the fact that the way these stickers are designed, they seem to pop off or static themselves into position before I finish positioning them, which is a pain in the ass too. This one does not seem to be properly sized. Because it doesn't go over here. No, yeah, we got it on the right side. Just thought I'd double check. But yeah, this one is definitely too big for the space it's supposed to be in. And I don't even think it's quite the right shape, to be honest with you. Yeah, see, that's not the right size and shape. It's off a little bit. We'll just have to kind of like push it in there. So all of our stickers are in place. Let's transform it back to helicopter mode if we can. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, so here we go. Let's give this one last try before we talk about this some more. Flip down. All right. There, it clicked into place. All right, we're going to do it. They stayed in place that time. Those guns came out. We'll press those on the struts. Put that forward. Hooray! We got it to transform properly, and the thing is staying down right now. I swear to God, they must not have had anybody play test with the prototypes on these things. You know, because I just can't imagine. So I'm going to say this on this vehicle. It looks good in both jet mode and helicopter mode. It really does. They did an excellent job on recreating the look. Aside from the fact that the propellers want to pop up easily or you can barely get them to lock into place the way they're supposed to, it looks nice. And I can't fault them for not using the name Venom on the side, since apparently that's a copyright issue nowadays, thanks to Marvel. Once again, some of the stickers are not the right size and shape to go in the positions where they're supposed to go. Aside from that, they're kind of a pain in the butt to put in there. But I do appreciate that most of the stickers do have grooves set up where they go, which is a definite bonus. The missile effect with the trail on it just looks kind of stupid. Like I said, you're like literally doing the red rocket thing coming off of it, and it just, ugh. Putting the laser effects on the upper guns there next to the cockpit, I was worried that I was going to break them. It feels really awful. You actually have to hold on to the thing and kind of like twist the effect down there. Otherwise, you're going to force it all the way back inside, which if you do that, you just hit the little button behind the wing, or between the wing and the front wing part. But man, this thing does not stay together well. I remember playing with M.A.S.K toys when I was a kid, and they did not have that much of a problem staying in position. I don't know if like maybe they improved the spring on here, which would be surprising considering they didn't improve the spring on anything else, but a lot of this seems like it would have been easily fixable if they had play tested this stuff, made some of those clips a little bit bigger. That one for the propeller blade definitely needed to be redesigned. It needs to be a little bit taller and a little bit longer. And then maybe with something that I think it does push back a little bit when you put it down in there because of the angle. You push down, it slides over a little bit and it's supposed to lock into place. Well, that still needs to be a little bit taller and a little bit longer to actually hold those in place properly. Miles Mayhem here may be the figure that has the best articulation thus far, just because the sculpted parts on his legs don't interfere with the movement of his legs the way they do on pretty much every other figure in this line. So you can get him moving his legs out and forward perfectly fine, no issues. The thrusters on the back, I think, like I said, those were a sticker maybe originally, and that's why they made a big deal about it, because looking through the instructions to put the stickers on, I did notice that it apparently looks like that was originally meant to be a piece that you put into place. But that being said, I am so less than impressed with the M.A.S.K vehicles that they've put out. They're all freaking terrible overall. They got the license, they did their thing, and they screwed it up almost every step of the way. And I don't understand this. I want to love these toys. I really do. But there's not much to love on them. Aside from as long as you're not playing with them and you want to just set them up as a pose position, fine. But if you're buying this for your kid to play with, I wanted to throw this thing against the wall with how many times those wings popped out when I was trying to put it in helicopter mode earlier. And if I was a kid, I probably would have. So I don't understand what the people at Loyal Subjects are thinking when they do this. Because with all the QC issues that have occurred on all four of these products, like the Condor probably being the least, followed by the Thunderhawk. I mean, even this one's probably got less QC issues than the Rhino had. I guess technically speaking, T-Bob and Scott are the only ones that have no real QC issues, but they're the simplest freaking figures in the entire line. Loyal Subject sucks, man. I am not happy with them at all with this. But why don't you guys let me know what you think in the comments below before I continue ranting? And if you do enjoy this video, please hit that like button. And if you want to hear more of my nonsense and possibly anger in the future, you can subscribe. I seriously really do mean it when I say I really would like to cancel that order for the anniversary black and gold ones for this line, because this is just terrible. And that's probably why they put that up for order before anybody got their hands on these. I'll bet you the Loyal Subjects know that this is bad. I bet you they do. And they don't care. Anyway, thank you for watching. Peace and love.